time to unwind 2020. We in here. Woo! This is our first episode back from the new year, and I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
I am so excited. How was your new year?
It was fabulous.
Good.
We actually went to Atlanta to visit some family.
Oh, that's fun.
Had a great time.
Oh, so y'all got to spend it out of Naptown.
Yeah, we
Okay.
left. Why not?
Yes, exactly.
I got family members. She has a nice home. We posted in there and just.
It did look like it was fun. I seen y'all's pictures.
It was more. I didn't put more out. I mean, there's plenty more, but
I don't know if y'all followed her or not, but they look like they had a real good time. They brought 2019 went out with a bang.
Yeah,
for them.
they really did.
So that is awesome. Yeah, we actually didn't do anything. We didn't do anything at all. We had to work on New Year's Eve, so that was whatever. And then, we literally did nothing. But I like to stay in the house for New Year's.
That's not doing nothing. That's being exactly where you want to be.
I'm not a big partier for New Year's. Like, I don't know. I don't like being out. I just like being in my house. I don't know. Mugs be shooting.
Celebrating your home is nothing. I've been doing it. That's what we've done.
Yeah. So, it was nothing. And then I got like super sick on New Year's Day, like out of nowhere. Because, matter of fact, what I did was, because I told myself for the new year, not to be all cliche, New Year's resolution. I don't like to.
Yeah, say start at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but I was like, for real, because 2019, I just lived my best life a little bit too much when it came to just, like on the health and all that. So, just eating up everything, and it definitely caught up with me. So I said, start a new year, we doing something different.
Right.
So the only thing we did on New Year's Eve, I think we just ate, but we ate a bunch of junk food. It was junk, and then.
For your last time enjoying it.
Right, and literally regretted it the day after, because I got sick first. I had like a respiratory infection. It was bad. So I guess that was God. Like, look here, all right, you done went down with a bang. All right, heifer.
Yeah.
All right, you ain't got no choice but to be right.
Yeah,
so
let them know it's time to just get back on track.
Exactly.
And what better time than the first of the year?
Yeah, exactly. You are right.
It's perfect timing.
Yes, but we are so happy to be coming back to you guys. And I know it's been a little while, but it was the holidays, so it's a lot going on. But we're just glad to have you. And then we had our Facebook Live. What was that, like a week or two ago? And just was able to get to you guys about our last episode. So we definitely do appreciate you guys' support and just continuous feedback and everything like that. So we are just excited to get back into it.
We definitely
are
excited. Definitely.
Yeah, so we decided to come to you today. So today's topic is going to be about love and money. And actually, the way that this idea even came about for this episode, shout out to my sister-in-law, Pooh Bear. Well, we call her Pooh Bear. Her name is Sharon, but we call her Pooh Bear. And she hit me up one day over text message, and she was like, I want y'all to talk about this episode, you and Danielle. I want to hear y'all opinion on it. I'm like, what is it? And she was like, I guess her and her friends were talking about just the whole debate about love versus money and how much influence, I guess, money has on a relationship.
Yes, definitely. It's a big question to ask.
Exactly, because I guess her friend, she has this one friend, which, shout out to her. I was not surprised on her standpoint, though. Her standpoint was, she said, shoot, I don't, forget about the love part, because at the end of the day, men are going to cheat anyway. So while I'm worried about the love, it's about that money. I'm marrying for money. You got to respect that. So I'm like, cool. But she was like, I just want to hear what y'all think on it. So I was like, all right, that's a great topic. So that's what we're going in today. We also going to go over the poll results on that. But since we have not heard from, or y'all haven't heard from us in a while, like an actual full episode, we figured we would dig into some hot topics since we already,
I think it's time to now unwind.
Absolutely. Oh, and part of the resolution, we ain't drinking alcohol, y'all. This is water, so start off on the right foot.
We're just cleansing. I'm 30 days. We'll see if I can make it longer.
Yes,
but 30 days definitely.
I'm in it with her. For sure. So
cleanses my body.
Yes, all about the clean.
Shout out to Corey for having spring water.
Yes, I love spring water. Hey, shameless plug. We're not getting endorsed by any brand of spring water, but it is the best water that you can drink. Trust me.
It's refreshing.
The purified water, trash. Distilled water, I don't know. I heard it's okay. I don't know.
Alkaline water,
yeah, but
it's a little pricey.
It is a little pricey, but I don't know. I love the taste of spring water.
I agree with that.
Yep. So while we're talking about relationships and stuff like that, and we just want to hit y'all, we just kind of want to be a little fun and kind of hit y'all with some hot topics before we get into the main topic today. So, what's been going on? She kind of put me up on game on this. I've been so in my own zone.
So I figured, like she said, since we were talking about relationships, to talk about some of the relationships we see going on social media lately. So, of course, the big one, I was going to do this in a different order, but I'm going to start with the big one, which is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, because, I mean, their relationship, as far as her marrying into the royal family, has just caused an uproar since the first time they even announced it. So it wasn't
niggas in the castle,
exactly,
y'all.
Exactly. But she made it in there.
Yes,
so
however,
I think that for them it was already the start of breaking down their traditions, and and they were already like, no, we're gonna fight this to as much as we can. But in the end, I mean, I felt like with anything else, had they embraced her with kindness and realistic expectations, I mean, I think she may have stayed.
So tell me again. So why did they decide?
Well,
they're just stepping down,
right, from their royal positions. They feel that it's too much, and I can agree with that. Sometimes in relationships, you kind of want to have your own start and do things kind of your own way. For generations, the royal family has done everything the same way all the time. Just basically just repetition. And I think that people forget that traditions don't have to change, but they can look different.
So if they step down, so what does that mean for like the future? So say if the queen or something I'm not
exactly sure how all that works out.
So what happens?
For them, I guess they stepped down, and also she took it a whole nother level up when she also branded their name.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. So let me tell you how this all ties in. Their name is now worth. Let me put it on Kardashian level. Everybody that uses their name now, once they leave their royal palace, any shows they do, any TV show, any TV shows they do, interviews, any of that, which they're denied to do, I believe, unless it's approved through the royal family. Well, now that they're not part of that, they're up for grabs. We talking about this could be millions.
Oh my God.
Millions of dollars for them. So they're going to create, them branding their name now creates, I think, an additional stream of income for them. But I think to a certain extent, I think she really just wants her life back.
I love it. I do. I love that.
I feel like the money was never the issue for her.
Yeah.
It was actually the love.
Yeah.
She didn't care about the position or any of that.
Exactly. No, I'm all about breaking tradition. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that you have to, and I can imagine all of that stress. They just had a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just a lot. So I'm so curious on how, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when that conversation went down.
Pictures coming down.
Oh my God.
All types of stuff going on in the royal palace. So
yeah. But no, I do. I love the fact that I'm all about breaking traditions, especially if it's, for the good and just about you and yours and your family creating, y'all own stuff like that. That's a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if I would want to be the queen. Well, they're not the queen.
They're part of the royal. So when it comes to the love and the money, what do you think that she was in it for?
Only time will tell. We will see. It's still early.
And then
it's still early.
Another crazy couple that I think, whose name is always out there. He has babies with beautiful women and everything else. We're going to talk about Future, and now it's Lori Harvey. He posted a picture which popped up with Life is Good alongside Lori Harvey in a beautiful pool. It was her birthday, so I'm guessing they decided to do it big and take her on a tropical beach vacation. But he's also said that if he's not, if it's his chick, she got an ATM, which is one of the most expensive watches you can buy. So It's like if she don't have an AP on, she belongs to the streets.
Well, listen.
So I'm trying to figure out how many AP watches Future has given out. Like, I really need to know.
I'm just, well, Bow Wow baby mama must got one too, right?
Well, she got something better than the AP. She got a whole child.
I guess.
Yeah, and the rest of his baby mamas.
Listen, I can't keep up anymore with Lori Harvey. I mean, the last thing that I heard, I thought she was with Diddy. Like, what happened with that?
I don't know what was that.
A fling or?
She's been Trey Songz when he tried to have her duck her head in the car.
Yes.
Anybody remembers that? So
hey, Lori, do your thing. I guess.
I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at her. So I mean, when it comes to their relationship, I'm not quite sure how it is because it's been an on again and off again thing for them. So
I'm sure she's just having fun. I mean, at this point, the amount of baby mamas Future has, like, why would you even want to? I don't know.
Yeah, why would you can't? If he's made it clear, you can't cuff that.
I guess
you can't be cuffed, ladies. He's a wild boy.
He had that song. He said he likes to be used. I just want you to use me. All right. Well, I guess
he's a wild boy.
You got used to get an AP watch. Well, you go ahead, Future. It just seemed like he got a lot going on, but I just feel like with Lori Harvey, I'm just like, my goodness, like it's a new person every other 2 weeks. What's going on?
She's just living her best life. I'm not gonna.
And she's so young.
This, and that's why. I mean, I was just saying that's the expiration date on all of this. Beauty fades.
This is true.
So you gotta get it while the getting is good. Somebody gotta do it.
And we have to remember too, this is like, you know, this is the industry. This is social media. So at the end of the day, a lot of times these people do what's good for their numbers. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Lori Harvey, she is a socialite. She's on, you know, big on social media and things.
She could build her name to be the next Kardashian.
No, seriously.
You never know. I mean, Steve Harvey's already started it.
Yeah. And I think these women kind of see that. They see the brand that Kardashian is built. So Lori Harvey, what was the other one? Is it Jordan Woods? The one that, you know what I'm saying? So all of these women, so it's a hit on them. Like nowadays, people are making residual income just based off of their Instagrams and social medias alone. So all they need is that right picture with the right person. And look, what are we doing now? We on here talking about them, little old people from Timbuktu talking about them on, as well as social media,
all the way down to here, all the way down to here.
You know, the shade room and stuff like that. So sometimes I don't know. I just feel that a lot of times with these relationships that aren't really relationships, sometimes I always just question like, how genuine is it? Like, do these people do this stuff just to get
but
like
this is the thing, you know, like you said, we're talking about what's genuine. We have people that get married every day that's not genuine right here
for the wrong reasons.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean it looks different on everybody, but we're pretty much doing the same thing. So you know, I think I look at it kind of from that standpoint, and the people that are okay with, you know, doing it, you know, you look at Lori Harvey, what makes her want to do that? Well, she's young, she's cute, why not?
She can do it.
Yeah, in Future, he's got money. I mean, if he can afford to buy his chicks the AP, then
shoot.
I mean, then have fun.
Have at it.
And take care of all his children at the same time.
How much is an AP? What does that run?
I don't know. Let me get on Google. $250,000? $250,000?
Well, damn. I'm like,
our producer just informed us.
Well, Future, you know, this ring is removable.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
And I wouldn't mind the AP watch.
Man, not at all. Not at all. That is, if you hand it to me, it's an asset now, not a liability.
Exactly. Listen, me and my husband, we gonna go in. We already set this up. Like, look, if we need to go into a little agreement, like do what you need to do for a year or two. You know what I'm saying?
Get
the paper and then come back. Shoot.
I'm done with y'all.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm saying
I am done.
It's money out here to be made, is what I'm trying to say. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all know I'm not even like that at all.
She's just joking.
Yes, but hey.
All jokes.
Do you, I guess. And then the craziest of them all, and the only reason why I'm just invested in this at all is because, of course, I was a teeny bopper when B2K was out. Loved B2K, went to the concert and everything. So when we found out that Lil Fizz, you know, the whole Little Fizz and April thing, we're just like, what? You know what I'm saying? With Omarion and just, we're at this point, us hardcore B2K fans are blaming April for the reason why we can't get another Millennium Tour from all 4 of the guys. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yes, April and Fizz. So supposedly these mugs have called it quits.
Yes. Apparently she was on the show with Claudia Jordan speaking on it, and then the Shade Room posted that they no longer follow each other on Instagram, and just a lot of chaos when we just saw the reunion and she was going in about their relationship and really going hard for it, and it's like
I'm just so skeptical about all of this because this is all great storyline for Love and Hip Hop. So I'm like, was that even real in the first place?
I mean, who knows?
What are the chances that you guys get all this backlash, you fight so hard just for it to just fizzle out just that quick? I wonder what happened. I wonder.
Fizz on out.
Yeah, little fizzy. What did Monique call little teeny fizzle pop has fizzled on out of April's life, and I wonder if it was the video that they had of her at that party or something. She was kissing that rapper. I don't know what his name was.
Who knows? She clearly been floating around for a while, so
that's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know. That whole situation was just crazy. But shout out to Omarion and just his unbotheredness for 20. I'm going into 2020 with that Omarion unbotheredness. I am telling you, that man. I don't know if he. I don't even know, like, to me, the way he just handled the whole thing, it was like Omarion was playing chess, period. Because he, like, he did the Vlad. A lot of people seen the Vlad interview where Vlad specifically asked him about the relationship, and his reaction was amazing to me. Like, to just be so calm about it and just be grown man about it. Like, at the end of the day, if they are happy, that's what it's about. It's about the, you know what I'm saying? But as long as the kids are good and the kids are the main focus, he's like, it is what it is. I mean, Omarion was playing chess to me in the whole thing, because then a couple weeks later, he announced, I'm still doing this Millennium Tour without y'all Negroes. So y'all done messed up on the bag. Y'all want to play. Y'all want to do whatever. So shout out to Omarion. Seriously,
yes,
I love the way he handled that. But I don't know, April and Fizz.
So do you think that theirs was for love or some other type of game?
I mean, she always mentions how much Fizz helped her out a lot, like, I guess through the breakup with her and Omarion.
That's true.
And I think
she said they were friends.
Sometimes I feel that us as women, especially, we're in a very vulnerable place. Sometimes we can make decisions out of a vulnerable place,
Agreed.
Now, as far as Lil Fizz, I don't really understand his standpoint on it, because I don't know. And then plus, that's what I'm saying, we don't even know the whole story, because at first, before there was even, before Lil Fizz and April was a thing, he would always talk about how him and Omarion was so close, and that's my boy, that's my brother, and all this stuff like that. And I just think it's funny how now you're with your quote unquote, good friend or brother's girl. Now it's, we was never that close like that anyway. So I'm just like, well, what is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, what it? Yeah. So I don't know what it was for, but all I can say is, for April's sake, I don't know what's going on, but if I had my opinion, I think some of it was for get back to Omarion. I really do. I don't know what Fizz's motives was.
Right.
But as much as April denies it, I don't believe that for 1 minute a little bit of that was for that. And that might be the reason why they're not together now, her and Lil Fizz, because I truly believe that sometimes when you go into things with the wrong intent, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes the universe will take its course,
Oh, yeah, that's why I feel like he had no, with Omarion, he had no need to do
exactly.
Just let things run its course.
Just let the
process eliminate itself.
And Omarion probably knew, and Omarion I'm sure he's not perfect in the situation. We all are not perfect. it's two sides to every story. In this case, it's about three sides. You got Fiz's side of Marion and April's side, but I don't know what it was for. I think, you know, as much as she tries to lead on that she doesn't care about what people thinks and all of this stuff like that, your actions show otherwise. You could say something all day, but what are your actions showing? Oh, I don't care. I don't understand why people are in our business. But if you don't care, then why are you taking love and hip hop checks to put your life out there if it's all about I don't want people in my business, but then you're doing. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many smoke and mirrors in media now.
I agree.
So you just don't know. But all I gotta say is they'll be all right. I don't know.
She's been okay.
What do you think? Do you think it was a real?
I mean, in the case of what's real, especially on stuff like that, I can't really say. But if the whole scenario was to just be, you know, because it's happened, or you know, to people, you know, you actually know. I mean, who knows? It could be for a lot of different reasons. But you said that she was vulnerable, so a lot of the decisions you make aren't great anyway. So
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, all we can say is like with anything else, wish you the best, and hopefully, you know, she figures it all out, and her and Lil Fizz can stay friends or whatever.
Hopefully.
They were in the first place.
But I guess all of us BTK fans, we can that one Millennium tour. If you didn't see it then, it's probably a wrap for us.
They replaced them anyway. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's okay.
Somebody else coming.
It's okay.
They're replaceable.
Yeah. Dag, man.
Otis.
We was looking for an
Ain't
album.
nobody
We was like, yeah, they're together. They're probably gonna put an album out. Nah, broke our little.
They got too much trauma going on in there.
Too much trauma. Not even drama. It's trauma.
Yeah.
It is a lot of trauma. But anyway, so on to
we're gonna jump into it.
Let's get into it. All right, so we are on that topic of love versus money. Love versus money. What is important? Like I said, shout out to my sister-in-law. I'm so glad that she even pulled up, you know, even allowed us like, hey, I want to hear your opinion, because I think especially nowadays this is definitely important. Like sometimes I feel like that people are in relationships for the wrong reasons, or just in hearing people's conversation. Maybe not people, but specifically women. I don't know. It's just different. I don't know. But I don't know.
You know, at this point, which we had in the poll, we had at this point. So we're asking from this standpoint, like as of right now.
We did have a poll.
Yes, in the topic, well, that's what I'm asking. Are we, you know, saying, I mean, going from this point, or are we just saying overall for me is in a relationship?
It's two different, because I'm not, the way that I think, of course I'm gonna put my own, if I'm just going off my own personal, like if the 15-year-old Corey answering this question versus the Corey now, like I battle with that a little bit. I don't know, because well, first of all, like she was saying with the poll, so we had a poll on our Facebook page, and by the way, if you are not following us on Facebook, please do. It's at A Time to Unwine on Facebook, as well as all of our other social media, Instagram, all of that. But we did have a poll on, at this point right now, what is more important?
Yes. At this point,
finances. We're gonna pull it up real quick. I want to.
Does financial status matter when getting involved in a relationship at this point in your life?
Yes, and I made sure to put at this point because, like I said, there's two different. For me, it's two different answers. That at this point in life is really important. So what was the results on our poll?
We got a 50-50. Some said no, money can't buy me love, and some said absolutely, finances are important.
Yeah. And
absolutely.
I thank you guys for being honest. So, first of all, I did just want to pull up I had actually pulled up some statistics that I ended up finding. And this was a statistic done by, it's called, what is this? Merrill Edge report. And this was just done actually recently, like within the last year. So when asking a group of people, to them, what was more important, love or money, or just how important finances were in a relationship, So 56% preferred financial stability over, that kind of like head over heels type of love. So 44% preferred that real love. But then they took a group of millennials actually, and so millennials are based off of, so pretty much anybody born in between like 96 and 2000. So 46% of the millennials said that they prefer financial stability, and 54% actually said that they preferred real love. Aww. I was actually surprised by that.
Yes, definitely surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I was surprised, but then not so much surprised, because I don't know, millennials we're not millennials though, right? Are we? No, we're not considered millennials. I don't know, I just figured it seems like with so much imagery now with like money and all of this, I just knew that those numbers would be flipped. But I don't know. Also too, I feel like with millennials too, I don't think they worry about as much of I don't know, I feel like they're kind of more, not basic in a bad way. That's like maybe a bad word to use. But I don't know, I just kind of feel like that they don't care about a lot of the...
Well, I don't know. I think that looking at that point, especially with millennials, it's a lot of things different going on. A lot of those old school traditions that we grew up in, how we had to do things, they are no longer doing it.
Yeah.
So they're okay with living with a boyfriend for 5 or 6 years. Where our family's like, oh, you shacking, you better hurry up and marry him. They're okay with not being in relationships. I have several millennial clients that still are in their 30s and okay with being single. They have activities, they're in clubs, they're in sorority. So to be honest, I think that a lot of them aren't settling for anything but love because they don't need the money.
Everything,
They don't need the money. Yeah. They're capable of now being self-sufficient. I have again, this comes from being, in the salon. I have quite a few self-sufficient girls that have been doing it for years.
Wow.
Whether it's paying for their school and working 2 jobs, but not settling. They have a whole social group, have a whole group of friends. They're going to plays, they're going on vacations.
Yeah.
Men do not have to be involved.
This is true.
I think it's a beautiful thing to see because these children need to be able to decide what that looks like on their own so they are happier people.
This is true. Because I think, especially as women, like when we grew up, like that's what we were told. That's the tradition. That's what you're supposed to do. You go to school. For most of us, go to college. Make sure you got right. You get that right. Get yourself right. And then get married and have kids.
Yeah, these millennials are not getting married.
They're not doing that.
They're not having babies and they're not getting married.
I was about to say they're not even having babies. At one point in time, it was like crazy. You got to think, like really not too long ago, it just now really people started being okay with the fact of like really having kids and not even being married. Like, people, it would happen, but...
And they would shun you. Like,
they would shun you for it. Really, that just started being okay to be like, oh, well, if you have a baby, so you're not married? Oh, okay, whatever. So you're right. It's a lot of things as the world as we know it is changing. Like, our grandparents always say, oh, it's the last days. It's about to be the end of the world and all of this. But sometimes I don't think that saying, like having a better understanding of it, I don't think that even necessarily means like literally the world, but just the world as we know it is changing. Mm-hmm. It is changing. So shout out to millennials. I actually like that.
They actually a lot of times they really do they've given me a different view on life.
Yeah.
And how I view things, and I tell them all the time how grateful I am to them for that because I wouldn't know it. It's like if you see it, then you know it. But if you don't see it, then
you know.
You don't. It doesn't seem obtainable to you.
Yeah. So we just gonna ask. So let me ask you. So what do you think? Like, what are your points on?
Oh gosh. So if we're going with the poll. If you're asking me at this point in my life what I be looking for one, we're skipping steps. So when you're asking about somebody being financially stable, but they have to have some of these other qualities beforehand. If you have children, are you taking care of your children? Are you taking care of your family? Mm-hmm. Do you have relationships with your siblings, your parents? That's a huge thing. So I believe that if you don't have those things kind of settled, really it's hard to be financially stable.
Okay.
You know,
because I know you're big on family, so your thing is you definitely, like, even something as far as family would be like a deciding factor.
Oh yeah, it definitely is a definitely deciding factor for me, because if I don't want to take the money, you know, and then have to deal with, you know, this behavior.
This is true.
You know, that I don't necessarily believe in. Them, you know, that's not going to be comfortable for me. They have to have a decent house or apartment. I mean, you could even stay with your mom. I don't care, as long as it's decent. I mean, my husband lived with his mom and then me.
But how old was y'all though at that time?
He was young, but I wouldn't have a problem if they're older. To be honest, it's expensive to live on your own. It really is. And I tell people all the time as we say that, you know, well, he's living with his mom, but you know, what is he doing that's so wrong?
I don't even know the situation. I don't know.
To be honest, as long as he's not like, as long as he has some decent place to stay and roof over his head and he's taking care of his business, then to be honest, if it was me, why would I go pay all this rent? It's just me.
Yeah.
I could be saving my money, or if I have a house, and then maybe I have a roommate. You know, because some men you see do that.
Now
you just have to have a stable living condition.
I can see the roommate. I can see the room. Ooh,
I don't think it's. And I'm a mother, and I think that's where that comes from.
Probably
because maybe. I don't feel like you're keeping your men home with you is a terrible thing. Until they find a woman that's really able to understand, you know, that being a wife, it takes, you know, you having a son. My son is cool. Like, he's funny. But he does some of the craziest stuff. And I'd be crazy to think that he would leave my house knowing how to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
So I would hope that he would find a woman that's kind and patient to help him get through that. So why would I rush him out the door if he's still learning?
Right. I wouldn't say rush, but...
Well, I don't want him to feel like that either. Now, when the time comes, all real men know when to fly the coop.
Yeah.
And don't let him do it at his own pace.
It depends on the man. It definitely depends on the man, because I think, it's my opinion, it may not be true, but to me, I feel like most men that go from, okay, so you're under your mother's house, and maybe also too, it depends on how much responsibility they have in their mother's house, but to go from your mother's house and then never really have that understanding of like what it's like to really fully take on full responsibility for
that would not be happening. If he's in my house, there is no me taking care of you.
Yeah.
You still take care of your own business.
Yeah.
And you still provide for you help in the household. It wouldn't be like, oh, he's just living here. No, everybody in my house, even my kids now, everybody lives in here works. That means you got a steady chore, you gotta keep it clean. So it would be the same thing. It's not no free ride. Nobody getting no free ride.
Yeah.
You still gotta pay your rent on there. You still gonna pay your car insurance. You still gotta pay your health insurance. You still gotta pay your cell phone bill. You're doing all of those things besides taking on a lump sum of rent somewhere just to live by yourself and tell a woman, hey, I got my own place. He could be in the basement and it could be decked out. Mama don't even have to see who coming in and out. See, that's why I tell people all the time, these boys are rushed to do so much stuff before they're ready because of what we think that they should be doing.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to take a step back and realize that these boys need to be able to make their own choices too. So if they feel like that this is not the time and I don't want to leave this home and I feel like my mom can help me through some things, then mama stay. And be able to say that without a woman looking at him and being like, "Ooh, you stay with your mom." Of all people to stay with, why would that be the worst person? Why would that be the person you frown your face up to? Your mom? Like,
I think it's because of a whole thing of like when you think of a man, when you're seeking a mate, you're more so you want to see somebody, right, that can maybe like provide. Okay, so like if I'm single, right? And, you know, I'm hitting it off with this guy, whatever. He got a job and everything. You know, like, yeah, I pay, you know, what you say, like I pay insurance, you know.
Paying the same bills I'm paying. We paying the same exact bills.
Paying the same bills. He's like, yeah, I'm 30, right? So let's just say, I do prefer my man to be a little bit older. So let's say realistically, I may be dating like a 35-year-old man or something. And he's like, yeah, but I live with my mom. Okay, well, how long have you been living with your mom? why are you living with your mom? And he's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I've been living with her for the last 5, 6, 7 years. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like, why are you not? I'm gonna kind of look at that like, I don't know. When I'm looking at a mate, I just feel like.
But why is it that he has to do that right then and there for you? You don't have you ain't earned nothing. He don't have to do nothing for you yet.
No, he don't got to do nothing for
That's
me, but I just want
so he should be able
to the next one.
He should be able to live his life the way he wants. If
Absolutely.
you don't like it, then you get to move on. And that's what I'm telling people. Like, we are crucifying these men for them making their own life choices. And we are sitting there looking at them like, oh, it's terrible you live with your mom, but you could be living with some woman you don't want to live with. But the mom, I'm looking at you for staying close to your mother. That's a woman that birthed you.
Now if he told me, yeah, I'm living with my mom because I'm getting my finances together to
okay, so let's say for instance, I have, not putting anybody's name out, but I have a friend. He stays with his mom. He is a single father. He's always stayed with his mom. That's his hand. That's his right hand. That's who's helping him raise his child. So when you look at that person, you don't know what his situation is, and maybe he didn't want to tell you that. But you didn't wrote him off just because.
No, that's
you
what
had
I'm saying.
You had an expectation that don't make no sense.
That's what I'm just saying. It depends.
But you just wrote him off. You just said move on, and maybe he didn't want to tell you yet. Man, he just met you. You not even. That's why I said, how does he even know he should tell you yet? Exactly, but you just wrote him off, and he's a good man that's literally having his mom help him raise his child in a good area. They help pay a mortgage together to keep him in school in a good area.
But that's the situation, though. That's a different situation. That's why I said it depends on the situation.
But that's what I'm saying. But just in that first day when you met him, because he said that you wrote him off, you didn't even give him a chance to be comfortable enough to tell you why he did it.
But you put kids in this. We weren't even talking about
No.
kids.
But he didn't. No, he didn't tell you. This is you just asking him.
Well, if we about to hit it off like that, first of all, you better tell me you got kids. I need to know.
But you don't, even if he said he had a kid, you don't know where his kid lives. He didn't even tell you where he lives at. He just said, I'm staying with my mom. I've been there for some years. And he's actually being honest and open and telling you the truth.
I'm just nosy because I ask questions.
And you should ask questions. Don't get me wrong. That's a valid question. Because I would ask you, why are you staying with your mom? But I'm just saying, we shouldn't have come to people with these expectations that it should always look like we think it should look.
Absolutely.
I think that's why so many people have these issues, that you can't see the value in this man because you already wrote him off because he's making a financial decision. That's true. He may need some help. Are you not allowed to need help? Even if you were 35 years old, you made some bad financial decisions and you needed some help. And you went back home and you said, I've been staying there for 5 or 6 years because it may have taken you that long to recoup. Does that make him not dateable?
Maybe not for me.
I'm just saying, it makes sense.
Maybe not for me because the way that I think of my man, like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do want him, and this is the 30-year-old Corey talk. That's why I said it's two sides to it.
That's why I said we talking at this point.
At this point.
At this point. These are what I'm saying. At this point, if I met a man right now,
with my situation, I am a woman who has been in a relationship, a stable relationship since the age of 15. So if I was to get a divorce, but where my current mate is, if my mate became my ex in the situation that I'm leaving, yes, I am not going to lie. My man has to be at a certain level.
That's understandable.
Totally understandable. Because I'm not going to date down. Like, I'm not going to, I already kind of, and I don't mean this in any type of way to like,
you saying what you're looking at.
Not to put my husband down, but I kind of already worked through building a man up or helping him to build something. So at this point, to leave that and then to have to go back down as a 30-year-old man or a 35-year-old man, I'm not gonna lie, he's gonna have to have something. Now, I'm not saying that that's just totally like the end all be all, but yeah, you don't have to fit some criteria before we even get this show on the road. So
I just say, when it comes to dating and being realistic where people are in life, I think that part of the whole dating process is too many expectations, too much criteria, and you miss the point of the person.
I think I will say for women, I do believe that, okay, I put it like this. I feel like as a woman, you should not put too many, if you can't even provide that for yourself, I almost feel like you should not put that pressure on your man too.
That's what I'm saying. If you can do all that by yourself, who cares if he lives with his mom?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying right there. Who cares? If he is literally, you have fun with him,
but if
you're doing all this stuff,
but I will say,
who cares? He still can take you on dates. He ain't paying no rent. He
I
paying
feel
half
like
rent
this.
now. He can take you everywhere.
If I'm living,
if that's what you was
my
looking
thing
to
is,
do,
if I can live by myself and pay for all my stuff,
you want him to do the same thing.
Negro, yes.
Oh, you want him to do the same.
Now, if I was the 15-year-old Corey, the one who was just still wet behind the ears, a little bit naive, and was just, oh, everybody in the world is good people. Yes, I would say, you know what? Absolutely. You live with your mother, sir. That is awesome because you know what? I see the potential in you. I see, that's fine if, you're struggling, whatever. You ain't even necessarily got to struggle, but be like, because I see the potential. It just,
and I guess
it's a balance.
I got to come from a different position with it too, because when I was young, I was pretty much looking at it as he has to be this provider and give me all this stuff. Yeah. And what happened was I got a marriage that was crappy because of it. Yeah. And that's where, I think that's kind of where my standpoint comes from. When I met my, now husband, he was living with his mother, and he stayed with his mom up until the time.
But he was doing what he had to do. Like, he was still...
But that's the thing.
Try different.
He still was ridiculous, and he was spending his money on what he wanted to spend it on and stuff, and do what he wanted to do. But I knew at that point, if he was ready to leave his mom, he would. And when he did, he did. I knew he had the potential. Yeah. I saw it in him. My criteria was a little bit different because I had criteria for the man before, and everything that I picked was wrong. Yeah. And so I knew that I needed to look a little bit different at what I was looking at because I didn't want to devalue the person based off if they're having the value right now. Like, really, what am I putting the value on? Am I putting the value on the stuff or the person? Right. I don't want them to feel like you have to show me everything or have everything right there. I don't have a need for that. I already have it right here with me. Yeah. So I'm looking into you to see if you can even compliment me.
This is
doesn't have to be there right now. You right. If you asked me if I was going to do this again, no, we talked about it. I'm not doing that
okay,
again.
So that's my question because of how, if you were to come out of your situation now, would you still have that same thought process?
Well, honestly, if I was going into dating, I would have to. I don't think it would be even a thing for me to look to date. Yeah. But if I was dating, he would have. I wouldn't mind him staying with his mom. To be honest, I would be just looking to have fun anyway. So I don't really care what you do in your spare time.
But let's just say
I don't care what you do.
Let's say if you was really looking for serious, okay, I'm really looking for another mate. I am looking to get married. You would still be okay.
I would still be okay in being patient and seeing potential in men. I think that a lot of times we get so caught up in our expectations, we forget the greatness in these men, and because we're expecting them to have all this stuff. Well, I can't. What if he's an artist and I come in and I look at his artwork and I'm just inspired by what he's doing? But he's an artist. He doesn't make a lot. Does that mean that he shouldn't be of value to me? Does that mean he can't, I can sit and have a conversation with him and, and he can talk about these things and, kind of make me feel a certain way that nobody's made me feel. But I'm worried about, can he do this or do that, or does he live with his mom or this, that, and other? But no, I'm missing the best part of this person.
No, that's
because
true.
If all the money was gone anyway, what would we be standing on?
No, I can definitely understand that. And that's why I say with me, it's balance. I'm not saying... Okay, if we're just going off of percentage-wise, I'm not going to lie. Probably 30%, maybe I'm being modest, probably more 35, 40 of that would I would need to make sure that all the other personal stuff is good. But then it's always, I'm a lover at heart. I really am a good person. Sometimes I try to act like I'm just a savage out here, but I'm really not.
Well, we know. But my first two criteria was basically, was he taking care of his children? Because at this point it's hard to find men without children. So are you taking care of your kids? Yeah. And do you have relationships with your families? I feel like with those two criteria, you have no choice but to be blessed. I don't have to worry about anything else at that point.
I can definitely understand family being a criteria and just really being there.
Men taking care of their own. If he's working hard and all his money is going to his kids, he got to do what he got to do.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what he's gonna take care of, and hopefully he'll be blessed with a woman that understands that and will still date him with that in mind.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'm looking at it not from a, I don't want you to be like, oh, I can't do nothing, because you get the ones that's, my baby mama do this and she do that, she's taking all my money. Well, then you just figure it out.
Figure it out, yeah.
You just figure it out like the rest of us do. That is like a no-no
gotta work
for me.
2 or 3
But
jobs.
so if he's saying that off top, if he sit down and the first 2 words out of his mouth, I ask him something, or I ask him if he has kids and he say his baby mama be tripping, I'm done.
The first thing.
I'm already done. As soon as you said those words, baby mama tripping, I'm done.
Yeah, you started
started
off putting her down. So, because to me, I don't know. I just feel like a real man. You almost like you don't really make any excuses. You know what I'm saying? You just. Yeah, most people that start off with my baby mama is
man, we are all the way done.
Yes,
I can't talk to her. I can't see my kid. We're done. We're done. I'm top with that conversation. I don't care if you living in the biggest house ever. We're done. Because you're not gonna be able to do what I need you to do.
But although, like I said, I that 35, probably 40% of me, kind of feels like he would have to be in a decent place first. Also, too, that other percentage of me, that other 60%, I don't base my relationships off of material things, you know what I'm saying? And which I feel like a lot of people do. I know I always circle back around to, so maybe not necessarily social media, but just the images that are pounded in our head now. That's what you see. Like these girls nowadays, like it's almost like we in the days where it seems like hoes is winning. So it's almost like forget looking for real love, because shoot,
you got the Lori Harvey, the Aprils out here.
You got the Aprils out here that, you know what I'm saying, you getting what you want. So then I feel like love is just so tainted now, and like it's really hard to find. It's really hard to find just genuine people, like in general. So when it comes to the dating scene and all of that, like, I don't know. I do still really look at the, I don't know. At this age, I don't know if I can go for potential. Like, what's that saying that like when people, I don't know what the saying is, but pretty much how they say, like, sometimes in relationships sometimes you can mess yourself up just going for the potential of what somebody is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like at this age,
I don't know. I gotta kind of disagree with that, because I think that if they had the potential and it didn't work, it's because somebody failed.
I feel like if you know, like it can't even be a one-off situation. Like, this is not a one-size-fits-all, because you just don't know with people. It just only you go for.
Yes, girl, which brings me to that's my good point.
What?
When it comes to these relationships and really like what we're doing now, we're talking it out. It comes to that because you really need to figure it out. How are you really able to communicate this to someone if you do not know how to, say it out loud?
Yeah.
Like, say what you're actually looking for, talk about these things and say, well, can I live with this? Can I live with that? What are what are some of the criteria or the things I'm looking at? And also, when you're going to talk to these men, they have the right to ask you what you all gonna offer them.
Oh, absolutely.
And, be okay with that, because they want to be all funny. Why you asking what I got? Well, why you asking what I have?
Exactly. So that's why I said, like, I do truly believe, though, as a woman, you should not have all these crazy ass expectations for this man that you can't even uphold to yourself. Yeah, my man gotta be driving this kind of car. He gotta be driving a Benz or whatever. But then you up here driving a Honda Accord. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with that. But why, like, make that,
right?
What I'm saying?
You could be struggling to stay in this little apartment, but I stay home with my parents and I don't struggle. And I'm saving chips over here. But you gonna knock me for saving my money? Like, nah.
And that's why I say it's just balance with everything. You just gotta be sensible. As women, we can only speak from a women's standpoint. You gotta be sensible,
And I think that's why I'm looking at it that way. That's how my heart is.
Mm-hmm.
I really am not focused on all the time on what it is right now, because I know it takes time for people to grow and build to what they gotta build to.
Yeah,
but if you can't,
35, 40 of that would I would need to make sure that all the other personal stuff is good. But then it's always, I'm a lover at heart. I really am a good person. Sometimes I try to act like I'm just a savage out here, but I'm really not.
Well, we know. But my first two criteria was basically, was he taking care of his children? Because at this point it's hard to find men without children.
So
are you taking care of your kids?
Yeah.
And do you have relationships with your families? I feel like with those two criteria, you have no choice but to be blessed.
That is.
I don't have to worry about anything else at that point.
I can definitely understand family being a criteria. Just really being there.
Men taking care of their own. If he's working hard and all his money is going to his kids, he got to do what he got to do.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what he's gonna take care of, and hopefully he'll be blessed with a woman that understands that and will still date him with that in mind.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'm looking at it not from the, I don't want you to be like, oh, I can't do nothing, because you get the ones that's, my baby mama do this and she do that, she's taking all my money. Well, then you just figure it out. You just figure it out like the rest of us do. That is like a no-no for me.
2 or 3 days.
So if he's saying that off top, if he sit down and the first 2 words out of his mouth, I ask him something, or I ask him if he has kids and he say his baby mama be tripping, I'm done.
First thing.
I'm already done. As soon as you said those words, baby mama tripping, I'm done.
Yeah, you started off. You started off putting her down. So, because to me, I don't know. I just feel like a real man. You almost like you don't really make any excuses. You know what I'm saying? You just. Yeah, most people that start off with my baby mama is
man, we are all the way done.
Yes,
I can't talk to her. I can't see my kid. We're done. We're done. I'm top with that conversation. I don't care if you living in the biggest house ever. We're done. Because you're not gonna be able to do what I need you to do.
But although, like I said, I that 35, probably 40% of me, kind of feels like he would have to be in a decent place first. Also, too, that other percentage of me, that other 60%, I don't base my relationships off of material things, you know what I'm saying? And which I feel like a lot of people do. I know I always circle back around to, maybe not necessarily social media, but just the images that are pounded in our head now. That's what you see. Like these girls nowadays, it's almost like we in the days where it seems like hoes is winning. So it's almost like forget looking for real love, because shoot,
you got the Lori Harveys, the Aprils out here.
You got the Aprils out here that, you know what I'm saying, you getting what you want. So then I feel like love is just so tainted now, and like it's really hard to find. It's really hard to find just genuine people, like in general. So when it comes to the dating scene and all of that, like. I don't know. I do still really look at the, I don't know, at this age, I don't know if I can go for potential. Like, what's that saying that when people, I don't know what the saying is, but pretty much how they say, like, sometimes in relationships, sometimes you can mess yourself up just going for the potential of what somebody is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, I just feel like at this age, I
don't know. I gotta kind of disagree with that, because I think that if they have the potential and it didn't work, it's because somebody failed.
I feel like if you know, like it can't even be a one-off situation. Like this is not a one-size-fits-all, because you just don't know with people. It just only you go for.
Yes, girl. Which brings me to that's my good point.
What?
When it comes to these relationships and really like what we're doing now, we're talking it out. It comes to that because you really need to figure it out. How are you really able to communicate this to someone if you do not know how to, say it out loud?
Yeah.
Like say what you're actually looking for, talk about these things and say, well, can I live with this? Can I live with that? What are what are some of the criteria or the things I'm looking at? And also, when you're going to talk to these men, they have the right to ask you what you are going to offer them.
Oh, absolutely.
And, be okay with that, because they want to be all funny. Why are you asking what I got? Well, why are you asking what I have?
Exactly.
So
that's why I said, like, I do truly believe, though, as a woman, you should not have all these crazy ass expectations for this man that you can't even uphold to yourself. Yeah, my man gotta be driving this kind of car. He gotta be driving a Benz or whatever. But then you up here driving a Honda Accord. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with that. But why, like, make that, what I'm saying?
You could be struggling to stay in this little apartment, but I stay home with my parents and I don't struggle.
And
I'm saving chips over here. But you gonna knock me for saving my money. Like,
and that's why I say it's just balance with everything. You just gotta be sensible, as women. We can only speak from a women's standpoint. You gotta be sensible,
And I think that's why I'm looking at it that way. That's how my heart is.
Mm-hmm.
I really am not focused on all the time on what it is right now, because I know it takes time for people to grow and build to what they gotta build to.
Yeah.
But if somebody loves you enough to let them be a part of your journey, then they gotta love you.
Yeah.
That's not something
and I'm
everybody
not gonna lie, it's nothing like building with a person. Like when you see where, you know, they started at, or even just what they're, if they have a dream or they have that potential, whether it be you or them or both of y'all. And then when you can stick with that person, you can stick it out. It's not always gonna be easy. It's gonna have some hard times, but then when it pays off and y'all are where y'all need to be, like, I feel like there's no greater feeling in the world. Maybe I'm biased because I know that feeling, but it is a beautiful thing to build with somebody if you can, or if you're blessed enough to do that. So that's why I say, when we're talking about the whole love versus money, I know I said all that stuff in the beginning, but at the end of the day, it is, for me.
No, we were saying that at that point. At this point.
But
that's
even,
not a bad.
Yeah, even at this point. But yeah, that's why at this point, that little bit is so important. I don't know what I would go at this point. If my marriage right now don't work out, fuck it. Hell yeah, I'm going for the nigga. I need a nigga with the Benz. He need to have an 8-bedroom house, because I didn't already did the love shit and it didn't work out. So at that point, you only got one life to live. I went for love. It didn't work out. Next, all right, we going for all this basic minded shit, because it seems like, it seemed like hoes is winning. So that's my answer.
I'm trying to win too.
So I'm trying to win. Love didn't work. No,
my goodness, you are silly.
I'm just playing.
Getting to know your own strengths and weaknesses, trusting your intuition. I think a lot of us don't know. We will blindly just not trust our intuition based off some Jordans, man.
That is so true.
We come in there, some Jordans, got a nice haircut, maybe some gray sweatpants, you done forgot everything. Trust your intuition. If that man is talking and he throwing out them warning signs, you better listen to him.
Man, listen.
Trust your intuition. That's one of the reasons why a lot of us women suffer, is because we let these things go like, no, maybe that was okay. No, it's not okay. You know, trust your intuition and get help if you need it. Sometimes I know, hopefully at this point, or you're going through life and you hopefully have a good support system where you can ask someone a question unbiasedly. You know, as far as like, you know, what do you think about this? Because I wasn't quite sure, and I'm not asking to say, hey, tell me what you would do, some more so kind of thing, but just, you know, if you need, you know, how would you take that? Because sometimes we put a lot of feelings into things, and we'll be like, well, why would they say that? But it's really nothing. So I think sometimes we have, as women, we tend to overthink things. So I think sometimes having a good, someone you trust to kind of help you keep those things in check, so we're not like actually tripping on, or, you know, really going off on certain things that this really not.
Absolutely. And
and ask questions.
Ask questions for sure. And one thing that I do want to say is that if your whole thing is like, you know, forget the love, it's about the money, that's what I'm chasing. Understand too that when you're like that, men can sniff that out. So if you are a woman that's up here, like, you know, yes, it is all about the material things, but then you in a relationship with this man and 6 months then pass and 1 year then pass and all of this, and you like, what's going on? Why? Because you know how us women can be with timelines. Oh, we've been going strong for a year now. What's going on? A man can sniff that out. So don't expect to, you know, sit up here and really, he don't know. I'll put it this way.
This is with relationships, or even everything that we do in our life. I mean, we are really putting that energy out.
Absolutely.
So
yes,
people need to understand that what energy you put out, it really comes back.
Exactly.
And then, like I brought up the law of attraction. I mean, this is just the power of the universe that draws similar energies together. It's how, you know, you can meet a person and you're like, wow, like, I mean, some people have a love at first sight type of thing.
Yeah.
But how is that possible? That's what you put out.
Yeah.
It's what, you know, that's what you've been putting out your entire life. And if you don't believe in the universe, you know, or saying it, because, you know, we have people that say, well, universe and Bible, then you treat others as you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
You know, it's all those types of things. Whichever way you refer it, it goes back to give. It will come back to you. Full measure, pressing down, shaking together, and room for running over more. Like, you learn that's to give, and to give is to receive. So people need to understand, when it comes to a lot of relationships and things in life, sometimes you have to give what you want.
Yeah.
If you put it out there and let it come back to you. You have to put it out
there. Exactly.
You really do.
It's karma. It's like karma. There's good karma. There's good karma and there's bad karma. Mm-hmm. So
you can decide what you want to bring. If you out here treating your people, you want to go spend your money, you know, before you take care of your people, then that's what people gonna do to you.
Yeah.
That's why I said it was so important for that man to be taking care of his own first, because he will never take care of me if he don't take care of his own. How do you skip people? You don't. You can't.
Yeah. If
so anything you ever got in your life or is coming in your life, whether you got this lump sum of money or whatever, it's now coming at a price, and I'm not paying it with you.
No, if I was ever, that's one thing. If I was to ever talk to a man and he had kids, and I found out that he was not taking care of his kids, that's like you said, that's an immediate turn off. Like, no, like, we are not doing, like, I'm sorry. I think another thing that is important, again, I don't want to seem like, damn, I'm coming off shallow as hell in this episode. But nigga, your credit score got to be on point. I'm
we
sorry.
Talked about that.
I'm sorry. It has to be. This is my criteria. And credit score. But no, it's not about this is why I say credit score. Your credit score tells, it's just like how why do credit bureaus go off of your credit score? When you go to get a car, why you go to get a house, why do they go off your credit score? It's to show how responsible you are. It's to show your decision making. So
that's true.
If, again, at this point in my 30s, you know, if I'm dating a 30-year-old, whatever, 40, and your credit score is not on point, at this point, that's going to show me what how your decision making is. If you can't even make good decisions, and I understand because we all didn't start off with good. My credit was jacked up at one point in time. You know,
mine still is. So don't. You see me quiet. I'm not looking for the man that has good credit score because mine ain't great. So
it's not.
It is what it is. But it can be in the sixes. It's okay with me.
No, sixes is fine. No, sixes is fine. But are you on the up and up with it? I'm just saying. But no, seriously, I don't know. I look at it's like at this point, this is like
I look at that again as if you have a whole bunch of kids too, because that means you don't have no discipline. If you got a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of different women, that's another. You got
that is about your decision.
You got one or two, that means you got some sense.
That says a lot. This is what people. I feel like single. This is the stuff that y'all need to ask for on your, maybe not the first or the second date, but when y'all start getting start asking these questions. Matter of fact, before you start start hopping into bed with these mugs, find out what mugs credit scores is. Find out what the baby mama, baby daddy situation is. Know why. I almost feel like
trust your intuition. It will tell you all these things.
It will tell you all these things. Find out if they was in a relationship or if they was married before, if they've been married 2-3 times and it never worked out with their baby mama. Find out why. I ain't saying maybe you necessarily got to have a conversation with the baby mama at that point, but all these things are important. I'm not saying that it's just the end all be all, but you just need to get a full snapshot. Y'all need to start doing Carfax on these people, okay? Like, y'all need to know. I'm just saying, like, that, because yes, it's about the love, but let's be real, in a relationship, it's not just about love. It's all of this stuff, and sometimes all of these little things can affect it maybe not necessarily affect the love, but it
can. When I got married, the pastor that married us told us that marriages what's the number one cause of divorce?
Yeah, what is
finances.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Money.
I don't know why I thought it was
money. No, money. And I was
even
shocked
above
too.
Cheating.
Money.
I did not know that.
It's the number one reason people divorce.
Wow.
And see, that's why this was so important to me, because at that point when he said that, in my head, I looked at it like, oh my gosh, it's true. Now you think about society today, the balance is already off. If you can go out and honestly make as a female, although we still have a wage gap, it's easier for you to go get a job than it is the black man. Yeah. I think a lot of times as women, we need to be looking at these men like that, because society's just really not been set up for them in that type of way, even with credit scores. Yeah. So, and him having the lack of resources in their communities, education, mental health, physical health, strained living environments. And I think that these things are things as women we're not taking in consideration when it comes to looking at these men and these boys, these young men growing into real men. And I think that society has been hard on us as well. So we have come to this point where we're just all the time, it's constant, let's blast our own man. My baby daddy's not taking care of his kids. Yeah. I'm mad at him. He didn't do this, he didn't do that, when our men not allowed to fail. Are they not allowed to actually like make a mistake?
Right.
Without us being like, gosh, like we're gonna condemn him for this.
Yeah.
We're gonna say he's not worth anything. He could just honestly be struggling.
Absolutely.
He honestly could just need a moment.
Yeah. No.
When these men have been, some of these boys have been worrying how to care for themselves since they were young.
Yeah.
And we are looking at them like, hurry up and take care of me, do this for me, do that for me. When sometimes I look at these men as like, sometimes you need to be the one to say, how can I help you?
I do.
And I think that when we come into dating these men, we expecting them to have all these things, but sometimes they just may need you to help them get there.
Because the reality of it is, a lot of time us as women, we come into a lot of the dudes really don't be having a lot of expectations. I don't think. Like, dudes is easy as hell. Like, I'm even realizing that. Like, me and my husband talk about that all the time. Like, I learned this from my husband, and then just in talking like with my other girlfriends and like hearing their stories with their husbands. Men, y'all are like the simplest creatures. Like, y'all only really need like two things, and we all know what those two things. Like, as long as y'all getting that stuff, man, it's us the women that make it complicated. It's us that come in with all these expectations.
And we're like, oh, you gotta make this money, you gotta make that money. But if you think about it, I've already been making the money, so what is the problem?
Yeah.
Why are we causing these issues in our relationship? Because, oh, so-and-so came in here and said, that you doing this, what he doing?
But you know what another thing is too, is that we come in with all of these expectations, and then even if the man didn't start off with that, once they do have it, we've been, the whole relationship, we up here, you need to do that, you need to do that. But what, as you, as the woman, what have you been doing to better yourself? What are you bringing to the table at that point?
And how have you bettered your husband?
How have you bettered your husband?
Because I think that people, this white training is like obsolete these days.
Oh my God.
Unless you come in with it off top, which we've had several discussions.
Yeah.
We expecting these boys to just know everything. And that's not true. You're supposed, you know your strengths and weaknesses. I know, honey, I'm strong right here, so I'm not as strong here, but I'm good here. Yeah. Now we complement each other. We're now being able to fill in place. Now we creating a team.
That's a team. That's a partnership.
And I'm not trying to be corny because I sent this to Tyler, like, I'm a moving by myself, but I'm a force when we're together.
Absolutely.
Now that nobody have to know what's going on in your force. They don't have to know how your money is. Yeah. They don't have to know who does what with the kids. That's not, at that point, they don't care. They only see the end result. And that's why I say, like, if you went to school and life was easier for you, and yes, you have a man who maybe had maybe caught a charge, maybe his job opportunities look different. Is he not still valuable to you? Because he can't do what for you? Because he chooses to stay home with his mom? Because he don't want to pay all this rent? Because he knows it's not going to help him or his children?
Right.
So that's why I say, like, as women, I think we need to soften up when it comes to these men. We talked about my son. He's 16. That boy does some of the craziest stuff. And again, I would want someone that when they date him to be patient with him. He may not know it all right now.
No, not right now.
But that doesn't mean, and he may, sometimes it takes men to be 35, 40 years old to get it.
But it makes sense though, as to a lot of times why older men will date younger women, because like you said, they're not gonna have it all right now. But the reality of it is, women, we mature so much, we mature a lot faster than men too, like mentally. So, I'm just thinking of that, like, actually now just having this conversation, it makes sense why a lot of men will date younger women. Because it's like, a woman, a 35-year-old, let's just say a 30-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman, the reality of it is, like you say, he may not necessarily have it all right there, but this 30-year-old woman, 9 times out of 10, for the most part, she probably is going to have it a little bit more. So you're going to be like, well, nah, let me go after this 25-year-old. She ain't even lived her life yet. You know what I'm saying? So to that 25-year-old little girl, not little girl, but to that girl, that 30-year-old man, is like, he got everything. She like, yeah, if anything.
That's the point where she was at. It's vice versa. It doesn't even it's with women too. Yeah. A lot of women go back and get younger men. We call them trainable.
Yeah.
You catch them when they get in their prime, and you teach them what they good at, and you send them out here.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole point. That's why some of these women able to look up and one day they like, well, I was cool. Now they reaping their benefits. They didn't did the work. They didn't did the work, and I think a lot of times these women are scared that, okay, honey, this didn't work. We struggling a little bit, but it's gonna be okay. We're gonna figure it out together. I'm not,
absolutely.
These expectations, like, and I'm gonna say to some extent, if some of this could be me. Maybe I didn't pick, I didn't say, I needed to say, or I didn't direct you, or help you, nurture this. Yeah. Because we do have to help them do that. We are women for a reason, and they are men for a reason.
I say that all the time.
So, we have to figure out what our strengths are and what we were naturally, are naturally able to do, and what that looks like and what we're supposed to translate that into doing for our husband and our men.
Absolutely.
And that means the ones that you're dating, that means you all as women out there, you have brothers, you have cousins, you have friends that are men, and that means that you can help nurture them in those ways too. It doesn't always have to be going to the sexual realm. It could be literally you just having a conversation with them about what women, about women, or
talk about a village. That's a village right there.
You have them all around, and stop treating these women like anything when you have mothers you go home to, you have sisters you look at, and you need to, be careful about what you choose to bring to your family.
Absolutely.
And and I think that people are just forgetting some of the basic they skipping steps.
They're skipping steps. That's what it
steps.
comes down
It's
to.
like instant gratification, but you're skipping steps. Because when you date that man, you're just going in to have a conversation with him.
Absolutely.
He is not supposed to sit there and look like he's about to give you the world yet. You ain't even earned it from
You ain't even
him.
earned it yet.
Yeah, and vice versa. He hasn't earned that from you.
You haven't earned it yet. And maybe that's a message to these men too. Like, stop like going to just pulling out the nines for these women up front. Like, I don't know. Some of y'all men need to kind of put women through the test too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, let me play devil's advocate, but seriously.
No, I totally agree. I think that these black women, a lot of them will get on Facebook and they'll tell you these men don't act right, and this is why I'm single. Well, you ain't came across a real man, because if you found one, you trust me, you wouldn't have no problem. You wouldn't have no problem saying, okay, well maybe I do need to chill out.
Yeah, exactly.
You just haven't came across the right one. Maybe you ain't put that right energy out yet. And I tell people that the balance is off, because society has just made the balance off for these men, so it makes you not even respect your own men as men. He gotta have all this to be a man. No, he was born a man. He was born a boy who turned into a young man who will be a man. It may not be what you think it should look like, but he is a man. And since society is so unbalanced, we have to go back sometimes, and we're going back and we're kind of helping bring them back up.
Absolutely.
And in return, helping them bring them up brings our people up. It allows them to raise their children. It allows them to help their mothers and their fathers. It allows them to do so much. And all you had to do was say, it's okay, you stand, not to say you, but we just putting this out just in case. Yeah. And all you had to do was say, it's okay, you live with your mom, I get it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, seriously, like, it's okay, I get why you doing that. It's hard out here. If you saving money and I see you saving and working, and I see you working towards these things, sometimes all it takes is for somebody to believe in them.
And I believe that
they know it's there.
Yeah.
Just believe in it.
I think that a good part of like a good relationship, or good characteristics of a really good growing relationship, is being with somebody who is going to challenge you to grow in any type of way. Like, if that person is not challenging you in some type of way, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it's not real, but I'm just saying a good relationship is going to challenge you, but it's always going to challenge you for the better. It's not to say you're going to be in a relationship and it's like everything is just a challenge all day, every day. But
are you up for it?
Are you up for the
challenge?
Are
you up for it? Are you really up for it because it's working? Everything
it is work.
Me and you talk about how much work it is to be in a marriage. It's work.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's not my favorite line. I tell people all the time, and I tell like my friends and things like that who are married, like, marriage is not when you get married, this ain't the finish line. It's just the beginning.
Amen.
It's just the beginning. It's not the finish line.
My mama told me it's the hardest thing you ever gonna do in your life, and
I
said amen to that.
Yes, that is
definitely
true.
Because the problem ain't getting married, it's staying married.
Exactly. I'm 10 years into my marriage. We hit 10 years in December, and thank you. But it's
ever growing, ever evolving, ever changing, everything.
Every time. So yeah.
Now, I think that with that being said, what do you think your relationship is built off of?
Oh, it's definitely, our foundation is definitely based off of friendship. I can say that without the shadow of a doubt. We are definitely friends first. So it's like, when all else fails, if I don't forget you, I don't love you right now. Like, you are not even, I don't love you, I don't like you right now. We always have that love for each other, but it's definitely just, we build such a strong foundation at first. So when everything else is going awry, I know that at the end of the day, either he could sit me down, or vice versa, and be like, look, as your friend and as your partner, like, we got rid of, like, it's really a partnership for us. Like, it's not like really marriage. Like even the way that we got married, we didn't have a ceremony. Like we just did it. And when we told people, Muggs was shocked as hell. They were shocked. Some of them was mad. I've lost like friends off of it, like all types of stuff.
That was not your friends.
Like all of that. So it's definitely that's like our main principle though. I feel like is like.
So if he lost it all, would you still?
I absolutely, because we built it together. We built, and that's why I said for me, even asking or answering these questions, love versus money, it's gonna be a little biased for me because it's different because we literally built like everything from the ground up, like our relationship from the ground up, our life. Like we didn't go into it like somebody already had more than the other, you know. Like it was literally we built it. So. Friendship, when all else fails, when everything else is just going to shit, we can always like that's gonna be my friend forever. Like that's my dog. Like we cannot be together, but as a friend, we are always gonna have that. So,
and I think that's important to say is, you know, not trying to like, oh, real, you got a good one, but that's really something that a lot of men aren't afforded. Like, can I mess up and still know she gonna be there?
Yeah,
because a lot of these women, you know, I did what you do because you did what you do kind of mentality. Well, you can't do this and that. That gives me a whole reason to go, I'm cheating on you now. I'm doing all this other stuff.
Listen,
now.
if you're doing a tit for tat, you've been wanting to do that. Don't say you did that because he did this or he did that. Nah, you was been wanting to do it. You just had a reason. You just got a reason and you're just using that as a reason now.
And I tell people, like, you really have to look at it because if you could do something, how could you be? And people will get up and say, like, we bring up April and how she did his friend. That was his friend. Yeah. And although it doesn't, you know, we shouldn't put these labels on or whatever, it's still a certain way. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And I think that we're forgetting that. And, you know, with when it comes to these men, we're not allowed, just because he made a mistake, we're not allowed to treat people like anything.
Exactly.
You know, we're still, you know, a queen don't never take her crown off. So that just means, that doesn't mean that just because, you know, he made a mistake or we not in the greatest place, I get to put my crown down and do whatever with the people down here.
Absolutely.
I'm right here, then that's where I stay.
Absolutely.
And I think that, you know, when you stoop to that level, you bring all that mess back with you. Absolutely. And then you have the right, and then you turn around and you honestly look, you know, and I tell people as my husband and what I call me and they are kings, I bring that to my king. That's not what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
And I think that women aren't caring enough about how they're doing things. Because, you know, it leaves your life open like hers to everybody talking about it. And if you with somebody, nobody should be in your relationship like that.
Women is trying to move like men.
And that's when we're talking, the balance is off. But that's because money. They got these girls able to get on Instagram and make more money than a man in how many minutes?
Listen here.
Like
as long as you got
I can't snap with this thing. I don't even gonna snap with this one.
As long as you got emotion, as long as you are a woman, you cannot move like a man. I don't care what.
But we got a lot of them doing it. They think they can talk to them like anything.
That's crazy.
But at the same time, you know, with that being said, we have to shift it back with the men too. Yeah. You know, the men have to get back in tune with their women and understanding that, you know, you don't have to be intimidated by, you know, anything. You're the man.
Absolutely.
So there's no need to be intimidated or cowardly about anything your woman is doing.
Let me ask you the same question you asked me. What is y'all's?
Definitely not money. Man, you know, the lifestyle that me and Ty have now, like you said, it's been built. It's been, we put the work in. We work very hard for everything that we have. You know, everything that we do together. Is definitely, you know, coming from waiting tables at IHOP, you know, trying to pay rent, things like that. Like, you know, to not having to worry about anything. But you know, if you can go through the mud with them, then when they come out, you're gonna be straight.
Absolutely.
And I've been straight. I believed in his dream, and I let him lead. You know, and was wholeheartedly trusting in him. Yeah. And I think that for him, that was worth more than any amount of money I could ever give.
Absolutely.
He could make a mistake and he can come home and everything is just fine.
Fine, yeah.
There's nothing for us to really worry about. But I tell people all the time, like, you know, when it comes to this, we just gotta relax. Timelines and all that other stuff don't matter. This life that you live is only one, and you only have one, and it's yours. And you get to decide what that looks like. If you want to wake up and say, hey, you know, I'm gonna date this guy he doesn't have this or that. Who cares? I like him.
Yeah.
You know, or if you're willing to start, you saying I don't want a man, but really you wouldn't mind having companionship, then put it out there in the universe and find you companionship. Mm-hmm. If you're a man out there and you humping everything and you looking for some quality over quantity, then just stop humping everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Have some self-control.
Yes, put some discipline in your life, and then hopefully you will bring somebody that's disciplined that too. Because these women they're not disciplined. They messing with you and everybody else. So y'all floating in the same pool.
Listen.
Right. So in order for you to get higher, you have to think higher. You have to be higher, and you have to live like it.
Absolutely.
You have to already be manifested and putting it in work. Because rich people, if you got a room full of doctors, how am I get there? I gotta be a doctor. Exactly. That's what I say. This stuff is real simple, and everybody's making it hard. And I think that with women, we get so mad at ourselves sometimes. Maybe we can't obtain it at times, or maybe we want it. I don't know. But then we take it out on these men. We tell them you're not doing this right with your daughter. You're not doing that. Well, he has a right to have a relationship with his daughter the way it looks like with him and his daughter. You don't have a right to comment on that. You don't have. You let that be. And I think that a lot of women just want to, we a mama bear, we protect her, but we need to chill out.
Yeah.
As black women, I think we need to really relax and be chill and really use what our nurturing powers or what we were put here for.
Absolutely.
And that was to empathize, nurture, and create.
Yeah.
And we need to. And create, I say it with that mean is in so many different ways. Creating love, comforting atmospheres, all types of things we do that our men aren't predisposed to doing.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I think as women we're fighting so hard, because we're fighting what we're supposed to be doing naturally every day.
Yeah. That is so true.
The balance is really off, and I know it sounds like you said devil's advocate. I feel sorry for these black men.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to play devil's advocate, but I do, from what I see, is literally women they trying to be like these men.
And I used to be like, I don't know why he going over there to the other side. I'm playing on the other team. And I'm like, shoot, if that says be quiet, I get it. Shoot, if she just gonna go make the sandwich, then I get it. So they gonna hit this one over here. Why I gotta make you a sandwich? What you do for me today? Well, I mean, it's simple.
Exactly.
She gonna go to work every day. She gonna let me, do this, do that.
That's hilarious.
She gonna be over here telling me I gotta go do everything, get a job, and do all this stuff. Hump her 6 times a day. Otherwise, I'm cheating on her.
Exactly.
It's just kind of, you know what I mean? So that's why I say you need to really kind of put out what you want. I don't think any of us should really worry too much about that at that point.
Yeah, I agree. And before we close out, I did want to read because when we did our live, we asked some of the we kind of went a little bit over what this episode was going to be, and some of our viewers a little bit kind of had discussions on it. But we did have a really good response from my sister-in-law. We had asked them what you guys think you prefer, love versus money. She actually had a really good response. So.
Okay. She said, my opinion is that the foundation of the relationship should not be built on finances. However, being with a person, you should both want to have goals and progress towards things that are going to bring long-term financial stability for the family. But the basis of the union should be love, support, and progression. And I think that's very true because, even if you're finding a guy and he has all these things, he ain't just giving it to you. Yeah. You still have to have something built off of, something to give, to that relationship to build it off of. Otherwise, what is it?
And that's why I say with these men, I think sometimes they kind of mess up as if they just showing all their cards up front. And these women, they just, like you said, what have you done to even deserve all of this, like she said. So I did really like her response, because at the end of the day, I say all this crazy stuff and everything, but but at the end of the day, I really do believe that you should go into a relationship with the idea of just love and really progressing with this person. So it's always going to be love over money for me. But at this point in my life, you better have a little something.
You better take me out.
Exactly.
Roll over my head.
Right.
Some ballet parking here and there.
Yeah.
At that point, that's all I want anyway.
Exactly.
I don't have to do nothing else. I got the rest.
So this was an amazing discussion. I love this. I love anything with these good thought provoking topics. So Again, as you guys all know, say it every episode, but y'all know where to find us. If you guys have any comments, questions, ideas on next episode, you can reach us at A Time to Unwind, and it's Unwine, Unwine.
You got it.
Yes, on Instagram. Our YouTube, please follow us. Subscribe.
I need to put it on my page too for them to go and subscribe.
Yes, subscribe.
We're getting lots of likes on the Facebook page.
Yes.
Thumbs it up too.
Thumbs it up. Hit that subscribe button, and if y'all want to know when our next episodes are, click on the little bell next to subscribe, and it will notify you when we post new content. So I'm really looking to go more towards YouTube because we actually are going to start doing more lives after like episodes, just to kind of get like a discussion going. So, but if not, but right now we are doing some good numbers on Facebook right now. So make sure y'all follow us on Facebook. I am Hoosier Mama. Y'all will see how to spell it down here. And
oh my gosh, which one on Instagram? My Instagram.
Oh, I forgot. She got her whole government out.
Oh yeah,
Facebook.
My Instagram Diva DEEVA 28. That's Instagram, and my Facebook is it's my government name. It's Danielle. Last name Beeks. B as in boy, EEKS.
Yes. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see y'all next episode.
Next time we unwind.
Woohoo!
Cheers!
Cheers to our our spring water.
Cheers.
Peace out, y'all.